Hey Switchheads, Kanan here and welcome to my review of AI, a modern take action shooter that has plenty of retro feel to it but also has plenty up its sleeves. So after a fully entertaining intro to the game, we are brought to our hub, and from here we can go to our hangar where, with these little blue things that we collect, little circly diamond things, we can set up on upgrading our ship in many different ways and then upgrading them many different ways in other ways. And that can range from the main weapon, rockets, our energy shield and the lightning, which I'll come to in a bit. And it's worth mentioning that this is all touchscreen as well in the menus, so you don't need to worry about using the controllers whilst actually doing all this in handheld mode. And as you can see in the main hub, there are many missions to actually complete, and all giving you a star rating at the end of it. So let's jump into the actual game, shall we? And so I'm not going to show you the first mission that you actually encounter, because I think that's better served you experiencing it yourself. Okay, so top left we have our health, top right we have our, let's just call it our cash for now, shall we? And basically that, if you're killed, you will get, but you will have some of it stripped off you for dying in the actual round, and if you make it all the way through, then you can, well, keep all of it. And then as you can see to the right, we have our special abilities such as lasers and lightning, and all these can be used to good effect at destroying the enemies. There is a good range of enemies during the actual gameplay, including sort of like meteorites, mines that I don't seem to be able to destroy, but if you hit them, they will surely destroy you. Which brings along with it a mechanic where you have to start dodging things. And to me, this is actually quite cool because it brings a whole new element to the actual gameplay whilst you're playing. And also the turrets move. And I'm pretty sure I've never seen it happen like this before. They actually aim at your ship, which is pretty cool. And why aren't other games doing this? Or at least not many that I've seen are doing it anyway. It just feels like something that should kind of be standard these days. That, along with all the upgrades that you can get for your ship, is pretty cool and very entertaining, and make sure that you don't really get bored during gameplay. And so graphically, this is a really nice looking game, or at least to me it is. I'm not really used to these sort of games, and the ones that I've played before are definitely more in the retro range rather than this, which is, yes, okay, it's got that retro feel to it, but at the same time it's really modern looking. It's got that polished feel to it. All the backgrounds look like they've got a life of their own, and all the foregrounds and enemies seem to have that certain sheen to it. The only thing that is weird is the fact that the collectible little ball things, they kind of like just look like collectible kind of ball things, which is, you know, I would have expected a bit more from everything else looking a bit more. As for the sound, I think the sounds are also very good and nicely put together, except for one thing I really did not like, and that's the actual gunfire. You can turn it down, but then again, why would you want to turn that aspect of the game down? To me, you wouldn't, unless the developer knew that it was rather annoying and you wouldn't want to hear it that much. But then again, why wouldn't you just change it in that case? The music is fine and sounds in key with what you're actually playing. All the other sounds seem pretty serviceable, and yeah, take a listen. I did in the end turn down the sound for the main gun, but I had to turn it up a little bit more because it was more irritating not having anything there than actually having the sound itself. Okay, so rant over, because I don't want to really put anyone off this game, because it is actually an enjoyable game, and to me personally it is something slightly different than the norm. As for the story, I actually enjoyed it, and no, I'm not going to spoil the actual story for you. The actual game itself seems to have plenty to do, plenty of power-ups, plenty of levels, and plenty of that all-important gameplay. I found myself putting this game on and just drifting away in a battle royale blast 'em up, where I just drifted into it. It was quite a pleasant experience. Now, it's probably worth noting that I'm a casual player whilst playing these, and I did actually find it quite difficult in the actual gameplay to progress. I did die quite a few times, and I wanted to carry on, as it was an actual experience that I did actually enjoy. That said, I was playing on normal difficulty. There is an easy and a hard. I dread to think what hard's like, but that's probably more for you hardcore players out there. And so I rate games out of 5, and I'm going to give AI a whopping great 4 out of 5. There's plenty of game here, and I think this will appeal to newcomers to the genre and old comers to the genres. I think ramping up that difficulty will please all those hardcore players, and knocking it down to a medium will probably please like casual players of this genre like myself. I don't think anyone's really going to grumble at the sound or the actual graphics, apart from maybe the main weapon. But as I said, that can be turned down. It's not a game breaker, although it does puzzle me why they didn't change it. And so, does this game interest you? Are you going to buy it? Have you bought it? Have you played it? What do you think about it? Leave it all down in the comments where it actually belongs. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Become a member of the Switchhead family, because life is better when we switch together.